What about Sombras? What about Collett? How you meet Collett?
So there used to be this night called Slip Jam in Brighton, and it was an open mic night, freestyling, mostly freestyling, and it went on for 17 years. And so at the time, I just played at Slip Jam, and I was feeling full of fire and freestyle, and came back from it and went to a house party at Kemma's house, and Collett was sat there rapping to this dude, and she was sat on, I guess it was Kemma's bed, and just rhyming. And I was just like, yeah. Her voice is incredible. Her rhythm is just next level. So I sat down with her and I started freestyling in Spanglish, you know, mixing a bit of Spanish, a bit of English, and bouncing in between the two. And me and her just connected like hard. And she loved the same sort of beats that I did as well, just hard, I guess, menacing, malevolent beats, you know?
Yeah. She liked this shit.
I was just like, yeah, it was like one of those moments where you meet your puzzle piece of music. And so it was really easy to make music with each other. I'd just go around her house, and sometimes we'd just write stuff really fast. Other times it would take us months to write a tune because we'd have a very specific agenda.
Yeah.
A language game or a puzzle, you know, where, for example, she would finish a bar and she'd finish it in English, and then I'd use the same sound and the same type of syllable, but try and transmute it into English homophones, they call it, you know. So, for example, I say "si" or the "si," but "si" like yes in Spanish, you know. Yeah. So we're bouncing between these sort of homophones, and she was the most patient MC I've ever worked with in my life. She's like full of fire and that kind of spontaneous energy, but she can also sit down and craft her business, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And so we made this, we made our album, the Sombras album, but it was off the back of a lot of experience, which was basically us rhyming on stage at the Concord, you know, doing nut stuff like rhyming over someone, just someone playing cajon and us spitting hard over that, or things like me going over to Barcelona and just chilling with all her crew out there, like being on top of a high-rise as the sun is coming up in the morning.
Yeah.
Getting locked at the
bunkers.
Yeah, exactly.
In Barcelona, I know the place, I think.
I got stuck on the top of this building, and my plane was going to leave in 5 hours.
Oh shit!
And someone had thrown the keys off the top of the building. The keys twisted, and it meant that we couldn't get out of the section where we were. And I was contemplating climbing down the side of this 10-story building, and people were stopping me from climbing down the building. We finally managed to get the door open, and it was cool. I managed to get out of that.
Shit.
But yeah, just fun, you know?
Yeah. No, I remember, I see your show with Collett at least 4 or 5 times, I believe. And in the span of 2-3 years, maybe, I remember seeing like the evolution in the performance, in the puesta en escena, is performance. You know?
Do you mean the theatricality?
The theatricality of the show. And I see it like I see really a curve there, and I love it. And also I remember like I was really impressed because before you, I know Collett for like 15 years. Yeah. I know Collett like at least 10 years before I come here, and I rap with her and I do a lot of freestyle. I meet her doing freestyle in the streets of Barcelona, and we tried to do a show once, but it didn't go out. But we do a couple of like trainings in his home, and I work with her like you know. And I remember she never had this I never see her so invested in a project like in Sombras.
Yeah.
And when I come here after years without see her, and I see you with her like doing this performance, I was really impressed. Like, oh shit, they really making so like it was really a show.
Yes.
It was really different from this kind of like it's more or less like the normal with the rappers. They just go to the stage and they just drop lyrics.
Yes.
You know, without order, without a context, without a performance, without a middle, a presentation, an intro, an outro, in between 2 tracks, a theatrical show. You know, and I remember seeing you doing that, and I was really, really impressed, like in a really good way. I'm really proud for Collett because I never see her like a really involved in that level.
But I was the same, my bro. You know, I don't think I've ever been so invested in a crew as I was with that. It was true chemistry. You know,
Amazing.
It just worked from the start. Everything was click, 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 boom. You know.
Yeah.
Sounds like bloody Fresh Prince or whatever. But yeah.
No, but it's good, man, because it's two people just connecting on the same page.
Yes.
In some way, you know? Yeah, doing something great. It's amazing. It's actually can blow your mind if you know the person from before.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?